I think I'm gonna pass it over to my friend. He's gonna ask you a little bit different questions.
So first of all, how are you doing today?
Good.
Awesome. I'm glad that you're doing good. Where are you from?
Georgia.
Yeah, cool, cool. So you were saying to my friend that you think the onus would be on the businesses instead of the individual. Like, but presumably you wouldn't have that same attitude in the human context if like we were to switch all the animals that we're currently holocausting for hamburgers with humans. Presumably you would see it as a moral obligation to not support those industries, to not give your money to those industries. Correct?
Yes, and I'm sure that there are people that would still, I guess, eat humans. I don't know. I think that's a little weird.
No, but I'm just asking you personally. Would you find it as a to be morally obligatory to not give your money to an industry that systematically breeds and holocaust humans for food?
Yes, but we do it every day and we don't even know. Maybe not even, maybe they're not killing humans for food, but they are killing humans all over the world, and there's nothing that we're doing about it as individuals.
Okay, but the question is this: you were in a society where you were raised eating humans, but there was an option to stop doing that. You could go vegan. Would you see that, I know the onus is on the corporations, or would you personally stop supporting those industries if there was if we're doing the same sort of thing we're currently doing to animals but to humans?
Again, I'm not in that situation, so I don't know what I would do.
But it's a logically consistent hypothetical. Like if you were in that situation, let's say you found out right now you've been lied to and you've been eating humans all this time, would you see it as a moral obligation to stop eating humans, or would you continue because the onus is on the corporations?
I would stop.
You would stop. Okay, but you don't have that same attitude towards the animals. So what makes you see it differently? What's true of animals that if it was true of humans would make you have that same attitude?
Like I said, I know that you guys don't think it's the circle of life, but I do think it is the circle of life. Like I said, like there's a lot of animals that eat other animals, and I'm also not saying that I wouldn't stop eating animals today. You know.
So do you know about the informal logical fallacy of appeal to nature? You're saying because it happens in nature, therefore it's fine. Uh, why? Like because like my friend said, like animals rape each other, animals eat their own babies sometimes. Would you see it as something good if we humans in human society we started eating our own children, for example, started raping each other just because animals do it? Like it's natural. Basically, what you're saying is because something happens in nature is fine. Is that what you're saying?
Mm, no, but I don't think I should answer any more questions. I don't know if I have the expertise to speak on this subject.
There's also animals that don't eat other animals. There's herbivores, right? Like most land animals are herbivores.
Yeah, there's herbivores, and why?
Take them as an example instead of looking at the carnivore animals, right? Would you rather humans continue killing even though we can choose not to, or be like an herbivore? You know, it's a circle of life, but we just eat plants.
Yeah,
instead
so
of
the camera is not capturing your audio, so it's not very good for the video. But thank you, man. But anyway, as he said, that like we could if we could survive and be healthy, like by choosing compassion and not murdering animals, why continue to pay for this thing? Like you said yourself that you wouldn't support a human holocaust, but you're currently supporting an animal holocaust. And when I asked you what's the difference between the two that justifies it, uh, you said something about because it's natural. So would that mean that if it was natural for us to commit cannibalism, it would be ethical to do it?
No.
Yeah, so that wouldn't justify it. So, like, if you can't name a, you're saying you don't have expertise to answer these questions, then maybe it's not justified. Like, why pay for it then?
Yeah, you have a point.
So next time, next time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm open because I have people in my family. I have people around me. My best friend is vegan. But like I said, I think it's a personal choice. And I think that if we're going to talk about the actual problem that you guys are talking about, which is mass, what did you call it? Thank you, a mass holocaust of animals, then we really need to be talking to these corporations, because no, I don't think me or any other sole person is going to be able to stop that mass Holocaust. I think that we have to hold these corporations responsible.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have the same attitude in the human context. You wouldn't say
I would say the same thing. You need to hold the companies responsible.
Yeah, but individual
So,
thoughts also-
so if the let's keep it one to one, dude. So if we were currently eating humans, you would have that same attitude. Then you would keep paying for the human Holocaust because the onus is on the corporations.
I think this is going into a circle of conversation.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just trying to explore what's the logical basis for your views, because you have differential attitudes to the two contexts. You wouldn't pay for a human Holocaust, but you would continue to pay for an animal Holocaust. So I just want to know what's the morally significant difference between us and animals that makes you have that difference in attitude. Like I don't see a morally significant difference. We're like both us and animals. We're sentient beings that want to live and value our own lives. Why exploit animals if there's not like a morally relevant difference that would justify it?
Is this your way of turning people vegan, is by interrogating them? Because I don't think this is a great way to do that. I think there's a better way to go about making people want to participate in something like this than drilling them on something that I'm not going to say is even natural, but it is common. It's common for people to eat meat. So I think that if we're going to talk about people not eating meat, we need to do it in a more loving, compassionate way, rather than drilling them with
Well, that's an empirical question. I'm testing your logical base. Maybe you value something like consistency, and when you find out that you're not being consistent, maybe that drives you to go vegan. But you're saying stuff like, it's my personal choice, but you would never say that in the human context. You would never say, it's my personal choice to not murder humans. But if somebody else, if Jeffrey Dahmer wants to kill and eat humans, it's fine. You would never say that, right? But why say it in the animal context? I'm just trying to find out what is it that's true of animals that makes them not deserve a basic right to life. I'm just not seeing that difference between us and animals.
I'm not going out killing animals every day, so I don't know.
Well, you do pay for animal exploitation every day, correct?
And we pay for human exploitation every day. We just don't know that we're doing it. So, yeah, like I said, I think I'm done with questions. This is going in a circle.
Okay, well, I hope you reflect on your values. I'm just going to ask you this. Next time you're out shopping for your food, are you going to choose the vegan option, or are you going to choose to torment and torture animals?
I'm going to keep that answer to myself. I think veganism is your own personal journey.
The other thing is, it's a personal choice to like pick a cat.
Yeah.
Choice doesn't justify it. Yeah. Like a personal choice to kill a dog, right? It's a personal choice to like do something terrible. But that doesn't justify it just because it's a personal choice. You can choose a compassionate option or one that's not compassionate. Like,
Yeah, it would be my personal choice to go and stab my own friend right here.
What's
But
the respectful choice? That
yeah, why not choose compassion instead of choosing abuse?
Like I said, I think veganism is your own personal journey and your own personal choice.
Why wouldn't you say it's morally obligatory then? Like, because veganism, I don't know if you know what veganism is, but basically it just means a logical extension of human rights. We already have common ground in believing that universal human rights should be a thing. Everybody should have a right not to be exploited and enslaved. Why not extend that to animals? Like, what's so different between us and animals that makes them that doesn't make them deserve a right to life, a right not to be exploited, not to be enslaved? I just don't see that difference, and you haven't been able to provide that difference either.
Like I said, I'm not an expert in eating meat consumption or meat consumption. But yeah, I think I'm done answering questions.
I don't think you have to be an expert to know that it's pretty wrong to Holocaust innocent beings. There's just no expertise needed for this. It's pretty wrong. Just look at what happens to animals, and ask yourself, if I was in that situation, would I want to be exploited and holocausted for food? Probably not, right?
I'm not answering any more questions.
Well, have a great day. Thank you for accepting the interview.